Alright, thank you and welcome to my instructional video on how to write an effective writing assignment. The first thing that you want to do is come up with an essential question. My essential question chosen for this was, how can I complete an effective writing assignment? Also thinking about what can I do to ensure that my writing assignment is done correctly to help earn an A. So that's kind of what you want to focus on when you're teaching your students. So effective writing is done in 10 steps. It's kind of my philosophy. Step 1, you determine your topic. Step 2, you do your research for your topic. Step 3, use graphic organizers to organize your thoughts. Step 4, create an outline. Step 5, write an introduction for your paper. Step 6, write the body for your paper. Step 7, write the conclusion for your paper. Step 8, if you use references, especially if you have direct quotes, you want to cite them. Do not plagiarize. Step 9, recheck for grammatical errors, revise, reread, and repeat if needed. Step 10, submit your completed work. So those are the 10 steps that I think are essential that you want to teach. So pre-writing, and it's kind of in a nutshell. You choose your topic. Basically, you're looking at what types of things interest you. You gather the information for it by researching and getting enough information so that you can give enough information in the paper. Then you create a timeline or use a graphic organizer. Next is the pre-writing continued. It's just talking about figuring out what types of topics and stuff that you like. On to drafting. Drafting is all about shaping your writing, organizing your details, looking at your writing assignment and figuring out exactly what the requirements are so that you can do exactly what the instructor has asked. Then, of course, creating multiple drafts, making sure that you give enough detail so that way if you need to, you can take some away. So the first thing, obviously, when you're drafting is you want to create a topic sentence. And I've got it broken down here. And basically it's just an appropriate, the way that you want to break down your appropriate topic sentence. Next is using graphic organizers. And these are 3 that I like to give students just because it kind of breaks everything down. It gives them the introduction spot, a place for the different topics and their conclusions. And they can just kind of choose which one they like. This is also a good one. It's an essay Kickstarter, and it just basically talks about the same stuff, just kind of breaking everything down, the reasons. It really depends on what type of paper the student is writing. Alright, so this is just kind of an overview, talking about writing the introduction, the body, and the conclusion, and using references. Alright, of course, when you're in the end of that drafting phase, you want to make sure that you have an appropriate draft. You want to follow a checklist and make sure that you are revising and editing your paper as you go. Alright, so when you're revising, of course, you're revising the overall structure. You're making multiple drafts, revising your paragraphs and looking for the missing information that you might need to make sure is there. You want to proofread because that is key. And then, of course, make additional edits as you need it, checking your grammar, your spelling, other things that are important to the overall paper. And it's just something cool for students to look at that you can use, just kind of giving them some ideas on revising and editing depending on what type of paper that they're writing. And editing checklist is also great, and it just kind of breaks down basically, making sure that they dotted all their T's, crossed all their T's and dotted all their I's, making sure that they have everything in line with what you've asked on that assignment. All right, revising. So my revising method is revise, reread, repeat. And basically it's revising the paper over and over again, rereading it, and then repeating if necessary. The final draft is the final edits and proofreading. So you're just basically going back over, making sure that everything is there, making sure that you have a good finished product that can be submitted. So this is kind of what you want to teach your students. After they've gotten all of that, then it's time to submit your work. If you feel confident about it, then you can go ahead and submit it for grading. And this is just something that a book that we use in our school, an English book, and it just kind of talks, it's a writing workshop that just kind of talks about the pre-writing, the drafting, and revising process. And again, here's just more within the book content. And of course, every school is different, so you may not have that same type of book, but it would be similar, maybe. All right, so if there are any questions, you can definitely leave them in the comments. But otherwise, thank you for watching.